Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Josie Krenzel, and I teach kindergarten. And I would like to go ahead and start by saying that I hope everyone's had a wonderful afternoon, and we'll go ahead and get started. As an educator, I'm committed to fostering an inclusive and dynamic learning environment. I'm always eager to explore innovative strategies that cater to the diverse needs of my students. With a background in elementary education and a passion for differentiated instruction, I continuously seek ways to adapt my teaching methods to ensure every student feels valued and understood. My audience consists of fellow teachers, administrators, and educational specialists who share a common goal to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. In our rapidly changing educational landscape, it's crucial to embrace approaches that not only recognize but celebrate the unique strengths and challenges each learner brings to the classroom. By implementing differentiation strategies, we can empower students to take charge of their learning journeys, ultimately leading to a more meaningful and lasting educational experience. The title of my presentation today is Differentiation and Student Engagement. This slide emphasizes the significance of differentiation and its crucial role in effective teaching. At its essence, differentiation ensures that every student is suitably challenged, supported, and actively engaged in the learning process. When executed effectively, it results in more inclusive learning experiences for all students, not just a select few. One of the primary methods to achieve successful differentiation is through continuous assessment and flexible grouping. This approach involves regularly checking for understanding and adjusting student groups based on their specific needs rather than keeping them fixed. Differentiation also acknowledges that students have varied learning styles, be it visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or verbal. For instance, some students may grasp concepts better through listening, such as with audiobooks, while others might thrive by creating visual aids like graphic organizers. An essential aspect of this strategy is providing students with diverse ways to demonstrate their knowledge. When students can express their understandings in ways that align with their strengths, it not only enhances their learning, but also boosts their motivation. As educators, we facilitate this by modifying our teaching methods, the materials we use, and even the pace of instruction. This approach enables us to create a more personalized learning experience that caters to the individual needs of each student. Ultimately, differentiation fosters greater student engagement, provides retention, and leads to superior learning outcomes by recognizing and embracing the diversity of learners within our classrooms. Let's delve into the four key ways to provide differentiated instruction as outlined by Wesselby. The first is content differentiation, which focuses on tailoring what students learn. This means providing various materials or resources that cater to different levels of readiness or interest. Then we have process differentiation, which describes how students engage with the material. This would involve using varied activities like group work or independent study to suit different learning styles. Product differentiation allows students to show what they've learned in diverse formats, be it through a project, an essay, or a presentation. This flexibility accommodates students' strengths and preferences, helping them express their understanding more effectively. Finally, the learning environment, which is all about creating a supportive space that meets diverse learning needs. This environment can be adapted to be more flexible, more structured, quieter, or more dynamic, depending on what maximizes each student's learning potential. These strategies ensure that each student has the opportunity to thrive in their unique way. Now let's explore how these methods can be applied using Bloom's taxonomy to further enhance instruction. When considering differentiation, an incredibly effective approach is utilizing Bloom's taxonomy to design activities. This taxonomy helps cater to various levels of cognitive demand, ranging from basic recall of information to complex analysis and creation. For instance, you might have students read a passage and answer questions that probe their comprehension, which taps into the lower order of thinking skills. Meanwhile, others could be challenged to create a presentation that not only summarizes but also analyzes the same story, engaging in higher order thinking skills. In younger students, such as those in kindergarten, differentiation can be quite creative. Some children might retell a story using picture cards, which helps with narrative skills and sequencing. Others may express their understanding through drawing, allowing for artistic expression while engaging with the story. And some might write down words, fostering early learning literacy. I would like to just say that you should take some caution when using this approach with Bloom's taxonomy, and that you don't water that down, because even if a child is lower level in their academic skills, they still want to be enriched and do those fun things as well. So just keep that in mind as you are coming up with activities for students to do based on that. In this slide, we're diving into the concept of small group differentiation, a crucial strategy I use in my kindergarten classroom. A differentiation here means tailoring how each child engages with the material according to their individual needs and abilities, all while aiming for the same content standards. For instance, during our 5-star sentence writing activity, I organized students into groups based on their level of support. One group might use a word bank to create sentences independently. Another group is provided with a sentence starter to complete their ideas, and a third group traces a complete sentence to build those foundational writing skills. What makes this approach effective is that despite different methods, all students engage in discussions about what makes a strong kindergarten sentence. This shared understanding, paired with tailored support, boosts their confidence and reduces stress. When discussing student engagement, it's crucial to understand that it goes beyond mere participation. First, let's explore cognitive engagement. This aspect is about motivation and commitment to learning. It involves students' self-regulation and their pursuit of academic goals, encouraging a mindset that is focused on learning. This is essential for developing a love of learning and curiosity. Next, there's emotional engagement. This involves how students feel about the subject matter, the instructor, and their peers. It's about creating a positive educational environment where students value their lessons. Emotional engagement is key to fostering a positive and enriching learning experience. Lastly, behavioral engagement is about students' actions like attendance, focus, and participation. This includes their social interactions within the classroom. Behavioral engagement is vital for active involvement, collaboration, ensuring that students are truly invested in their learning journey. Remember, effective student engagement encompasses all these aspects to create a comprehensive learning experience. The importance of student engagement in education. Student engagement is crucial in educational settings because educators aim to facilitate information retention. That is our goal. We want our students to learn all that they can and to hold on to that information as long as they can, especially when we start thinking about the summer slip and they start losing some of those skills before they come back to school. But by implementing engagement strategies that focus on physical, social, and emotional experiences, learning becomes more natural. This method enables the brain to process and retain information more effectively. To truly cultivate student engagement, we need to focus on creating an environment that not only excites but also empowers our students. Let's dive into some actionable strategies to achieve this. First, consider tying lessons to real world experiences. This helps students see relevance in what they're learning and makes the content more relatable and exciting. Think about how you can connect classroom lessons to current events or everyday life. Also, building relationships is crucial. When students feel a sense of belonging, they're more likely to participate and invest in their learning. Spend time getting to know your students and encourage them to share their interests and experiences. Applauding achievements, no matter how small, can boost confidence and motivation. Recognize both academic and personal milestones to show students that their efforts are valued. Incorporate chunking information, which involves breaking down large pieces of content into manageable parts. This can help students process and retain information more effectively. Additionally, using movement and multisensory activities keeps students physically engaged and can enhance their understanding of the material. Finally, fostering autonomy by allowing students some choice in their learning fosters ownership. Encourage them to set goals and make decisions about their learning paths. Remember, student engagement is the key factor that leads to effective teaching and learning. By implementing these strategies, you can create a dynamic and inclusive learning environment. And these are some examples of student engagement. First, consider starting the day with morning meetings. These gatherings provide a platform for students to connect and share and set a positive tone for the day. Next, empower students by designing or designating them as student leaders. This not only boosts their confidence, but also encourages a sense of responsibility. Additionally, offering incentives for academic achievements can motivate students to strive for excellence. Recognizing their efforts foster a culture of achievement and growth. To cater to different learning styles, use various materials, manipulatives. Hands-on activities can make abstract concepts more tangible and relatable. Lastly, introduce guest speakers and incorporate real-life items when exploring subjects like science. This approach can make learning much more exciting and relevant to students' everyday lives. Okay, and I would like to thank you all for listening. I hope you all have a good evening and a good rest of your work week. Thank you. Bye bye.